Wake up, wake up, wake up.
What?
You're reviewing The Witch.
Right. We're doing a review on The Witch. I was just struggling with the old English and whatnot. You know, watching The Witch, I couldn't help but feel that maybe a guy by the name of M. Night Shyamalan was watching this and be like, I made a Village movie. What is? I already made a Village movie. It's called The Village. Didn't anyone see that? But with that saying, The Witch is a lot different than The Village. I have to give The Witch a lot of credit for getting the time period right. It had that really authentic feeling, like we were out in the woods and there was nothing to eat, and you know, like everything we had to get was, you know, by hunting and growing it. And I really think they got all of that. They got the lingo right, even though I couldn't understand that kind of talking. So yeah, they got the speech right, and the way they dressed, and the whole thing. It was, I gotta give a lot of credit, because it looks like they went, you know, hook, line, sinker, and went through everything to make it look authentic from that New England time period. And you know, I read a lot of Salem witch trial stuff, and I read, you know, like a lot of Nathaniel Hawthorne. Let's get into the storyline. So we have this early Salem family. They got banished from, you know, like whichever, you know, village they were in, and they go to, you know, their own village and make their own little family and out in the woods by themselves. It's isolated. What happens is Caleb, the son, goes out on a hunting trip, and he doesn't come back. And then from there, they don't know where he went, and then they start blaming each other, and then like just all this, like, you know, they start making witch stories and demon stories, and they don't know who to trust. You got this isolated family. Nobody knows who's in the wrong. And so you got this internal thing, but at the same time, there's like this whimsical, like witch feel, like, you know, hocus pocus, like curse thing, blaming each other on the curses, and, you know, who's in the wrong. And let's get into the spooky meter. For a movie that banks on atmosphere, you really feel the atmosphere in this one, because it just encompasses the movie, and the music encompasses the movie. Every time something's coming, that you know, that music, that like, you know, kind of like cursed witch music starts to ramp up, and you know something it's coming. Sometimes it doesn't, and at least it's like, it's a slow burner. So for people who called this one boring, I'm not going to say they're wrong, but I'm not going to say they're right at the same time. I'm just not going to agree with them. I'm just going to say, well, you know, if you can't appreciate a slow burning tension, then, you know, this one's not for you. It's just simply not for you. And I find myself being like, you know, where are we going with this? You know, but when it does happen, the spooks happen. And for that, I gave this one a 8.5 on the spookometer. Because it deserves to be recognized as a scary movie, even if it's like it's extremely a slow burner. But the spooks are there. You just have to be patient and understanding of the character development, which you know, is in this movie, and it's good. Next up, we got Babe the movie. And for the Babe movie, who other than Anna Taylor-Joy? Oh, it's him. Whoever, them random woods witch #1. Yep, definitely Babe the movie. Alright, so to wrap things up, my final thoughts on The Witch was, as I said, a slow-burning, atmospheric witch movie that's very effective if you are patient and you're able to appreciate the soundtrack and the atmosphere and the character development and the whole isolated thing. And it's definitely a good, it's not the type of movie that you would throw a beer and nachos horror party with, but it is the type of horror movie that you could sit down and and that sticks with you because it has like this silver lining that sticks with you when it ends, and you're just like, whoa. And I can appreciate that, and I definitely recommend The Witch. And that's it for now. Into the next horror days. See you next time.